you have personally coached some top goalkeepers, as mentioned earlier. But in an ideal world, if you could organise a dream session for a couple of hours, who would you want from any time frame in past or present in that session, and why?
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd get about 12 goalkeepers from the ones that I've coached, and we'd have an absolutely magnificent 2 hours, finishing off with games. We'd end up with an 8v8, and they'd all play in goal, they'd all play out. We'd have goalie wars, we'd do some technical stuff, we'd have little tests and competitions, and in the end we'd sit down and we'd have a nice drink afterwards, enjoy it all socially, and catch up, because there's nothing better when goalkeepers and goalkeeper coaches get together. So you can imagine a mix of Lee Camp, Lee Grant, Ben Amos, Sam Johnson, and we'd say, go on then, you take on Edwin Van Der Sar, you take on Schmeichel, you take on Joe Hart, you take on Jack Butland. For me, that would be an absolute magnificent dream afternoon. And then at the end of it, they all sit round and they share stories, camaraderie. We'll probably have a great 2 hours on grass, and then it'll probably be 20 hours on in the bar or in a restaurant afterwards. As you well know, you get goalkeepers together, you get goalkeeper coaches together, that union does come out. So that for me would be a great afternoon. So if you can arrange it, Eddie, I'm more than happy to turn up.
I'd love to just spectate to that. But let's say, just to add to that then, back in history, somebody that maybe that you haven't coached, who would you have loved to have worked with?
Banks. I've listened to him, I've watched him, I've met him. He's still my idol. When I was a kid, I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to go to live and watch. Kids won't know this guy, Lev Yashin, who played for Russia, as it was then, and in the '66 World Cup when we won it. And I went to watch him at Sunderland, playing for Russia, and he used to wear an all-black kit. So he was, for me, people turn out to me, and I've got a picture still in a scrapbook, 4-year-old, my picture next to Yashin's. He was my hero. Then Banks became my hero because of the World Cup, and then I've just followed Banks' career as I grew up. So we're all going to have people that will look up and go, wow. And then I was fortunate enough that when I started playing, people like Jennings, Southall, top keepers for me. And then I was of a great era where you started to see some of the giants in the game. Joe Corrigan, you know, when you look at the size he had, Mervyn Day, lots of different goalkeepers that I looked at and I competed against then as well. So I admired a great deal. And of course you go at the era of Shilton and Clements. So I've been right through all of them eras. Now you go then into your greats then start coming in, your Casillas, Buffon, you know, all-time greats for me. Dino Zoff. And I've been fortunate to either see them live or watch them on a TV, learn from them. And a lot of the coaching that I've got has come from what I had as a player to when I've watched and worked, lucky enough, alongside some of them people, but also then studied them. And that's one of the great things I say to people. It doesn't cost anything to study. It doesn't cost anything to watch on TV, to read. That's the way you develop as a coach and develop as a goalkeeper.
Eric, it's been great meeting with you again. Very interesting hearing your opinions, as always. You're obviously a student of the game, but if you can leave us with one inspirational goalkeeper thought, what is it?
Enjoy. Like strikers enjoy scoring, goalkeepers are there for one thing. We enjoy keeping our team in the game, so making saves.
Love it. Thank you very much, Eric. Been a pleasure. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Eddie.